Hello and welcome to today's live stream, Manage Your Business Remotely in Times of Uncertainty. My name is Stasia. I'm the lead educator for Grow with Google, and today I am broadcasting this live stream from my home office. We have a lot of great content to share with you, but I first wanted to acknowledge that for many of you that there's no such thing as business as usual right now. And as we all continue to adapt to COVID-19, we understand that today's business environment is creating challenges for you and your business and your customers. While the challenges for each business is unique, we are all being impacted in some way, and we want to let you know that we are here for you. You can find out more information about what Google is doing and trying to do to help by visiting google.com/COVID-19. Before we jump into the live stream, I'd like to give a special shout out to some of our partners who are helping us out today. We'd like to thank the America's Small Business Development Center, the ASBDC, the Association of Chamber of Commerce Executives, the International Downtown Association, Main Street America, SCORE, and the Western Association of Chamber Executives. Thank you all so very much, and thanks to everybody out there who is helping to make today's live stream happen. After the presentation, we will have a Q&A with Googlers who can help answer some of your questions. And our team wants to hear from you, but here's how you would do it. You would go to Twitter, and then you would type in your question, and then you would add the hashtag #SmallBizLivestream. And that's how we'll get your questions and be able to answer them. Okay, ready? Let's get started with our content. I'm going to start by talking about how you can make important updates on your critical business information online. I'll talk about making those updates with Google My Business to update your business profile. I'll talk about making updates on your website. And then if you're an advertiser with Google, I'll show you what kinds of updates you might want to make with Google Ads. Secondly, I'll talk about how you can host virtual meetings and events using Google's products and services. And I'll talk about Google Meet and YouTube Live. Then I'll wrap up today's session by talking about some resources and some next steps that might be able to help you. All right, let's get started. Because of today's environment, it is critical that your business information online be accurate and up to date. I'm going to talk about 3 areas where you can make updates online. First is using Google My Business, and that is making updates to your business profile where your business information can surface across Google Search and Google Maps. Secondly, I'll talk about how you can carry some of those important updates through to your website. And then third, we'll get to Google Ads. Let's start with Google My Business. Google My Business is a service from Google that allows you to manage your business information as it appears across Google Search and Google Maps. You would access this or create your new business profile by visiting google.com/business. If you use Google My Business, you can go to one place and update all the information as it will appear to customers across Google Search and Google Maps. It just works no matter what device you're using. So whether someone's visiting from a desktop or a laptop or a tablet or a phone, they'll be able to access all of that information formatted automatically by the system. If you're just getting started, you can get to it by visiting google.com/business. And that's also where you would sign in to go in and manage that information. And again, now more than ever, it's important to go into that profile and really review that information to make sure it's accurate and up to date in today's changing business environment. Let's take a look at what a business profile would look like on Google. This screenshot shows a typical business profile as it would appear on a mobile device. And you can see elements about the business like photos and videos, a logo. You'll see the name of the business and a description. You can see categories and a phone number, hours of operation, and more. This information is what you can access and edit by creating a Google My Business account and making updates to your profile. Let's look at a few things that you can do right now in terms of what's happening with today's environment. Google My Business gives you the option to write a business description. That business description can be up to 750 characters long. So it's a great place to provide details about your products and your services to your potential customers. I would go into your business description and write about anything that might have changed with your business, operational changes, hours of operation, or just use it to let people know that your business is operating as usual. You will go into Google My Business, edit the description, and then click Apply. And then your updates will be sent to Google My Business for review. If your business hours have changed, you want to make those updates in your business profile too. You do it from the same place. Go into Google My Business, click on Info in the left navigation, and then you'll see a section with all of your business info. Find the section with your hours and click the pencil icon to make those changes. Make the updates and apply them, and that's what people will then see across Google Search and Google Maps until you go back in and change them again. Incidentally, the changes that I'm talking about today can also be made if you use the Google My Business app, which is free and available for both Android devices and Apple devices. When you're in Google My Business, updating the hours of operation, you may notice that there's a separate section that allows you to put in special hours or holiday hours. That's really useful if you're going to be closed for an entire day, just on a particular day, or if you're going to be extending your hours for a special situation on another day. So you would go into Google My Business, add the particular days where your hours are going to be different, and then it will automatically make that adjustment for you when people find you on Search and Maps. And then after that day is over, it will revert back to your regular hours of operation. I wanted to tell you about a new feature that you'll see in Google My Business. It's the ability to mark your business temporarily closed. And this might be really useful for a lot of folks who are listening right now. If your business is still offering pickup or delivery services, you wouldn't want to do this. But if your operations are temporarily shut down, it's a good thing to turn on. You'd go into Google My Business, you would go to edit your information, and then look for the button that's labeled Mark Temporarily Closed, and you just check that. Now, if you do mark it closed, it is not going to impact your local search ranking, and then you can reopen your business as soon as you're ready. If you use Google My Business already, you're probably familiar with the feature called Posts. Posts allow you to publish timely updates about your products and your services and your businesses, things like events or product updates. Well, Google just launched a new type of post specific for COVID-19. You can sign into your Google My Business profile, and depending on your business category, you should be able to see it if it's available for your business. With a COVID-19 post, you can go in and you can publish information like text about, are there any changes in your delivery services or your hours of operation, anything that you want your customers to know. The posts are a little bit different in that you can't publish a photo or video, but you can publish text, and you can publish a call to action or CTA. COVID posts will surface on Google Search and Maps a little bit longer than other posts, and they may be displayed more prominently. Typically, posts only stay up for about 7 days, unless it's an event, in which case it will stay up until the event is over. Let's look at a couple of post examples. On this slide, you first see a post from Honest Soul Yoga, a yoga studio that has let its customers know that all of its classes have moved online. You can see in their post that they have an image. You can now add up to 10 images and videos to go along with your post. Incidentally, adding that visual element to a post can really make your post stand out, and people are more likely to take action on those posts as well. You have a description that goes with your post. You can write up to 1,500 characters to go with it, and then a call to action, a CTA, to let people know what you'd like them to do next. The second example that you see on this slide shows one of those COVID-19 posts that I just referenced. And this example is for Village Tailor, a business in New York City that is letting its customers know that it has temporarily shut down its operations, considering the safety of its employees and its customers. So these are just two ways that you can use posts as a way to let people know what's happening with your business. This slide shows you how a post can appear on Google search. In the last slide, I talked about how you can create a COVID-19 post. Well, here is where you can actually see that post as it appears with the Village Tailor business profile on a Google search engine results page. Another feature that might be really useful right now is called messaging. It's available for people who use the Google My Business app. Once again, it's free, and you can get it for both Android and Apple or iOS devices. If you need to get the app, you can get it from Google Play or from the App Store. Now, once you have the app set up on your device, you can then enable messaging. To start, you'd need to put an automatic welcome message. So when someone sent you that message, they would get that response from you. And then you could get an alert via your app that lets you know that a message came in. And that's a great way to actually connect with customers who may find you when they're using their mobile devices. Next, I want to talk about the Google My Business Marketing Kit. This is a free option for businesses who have a verified profile on Google My Business. To get to it, you would visit g.co/marketingkit. When you get there, you would enter the name of your business, and if it was verified on Google My Business, you would then have the option to download a free marketing kit. The marketing kit includes things like window stickers and posters that you can customize. And there's a new pack of options specifically for COVID-19 messaging. So you can go to the marketing kit site, and then you can download posters that would let customers know things like, do you have new hours of operation, or are you temporarily closed? Once again, the URL to get to it is g.co/marketingkit. Okay, so that wraps up all of the critical business information updates that you might want to make on Google My Business, which would show up on Google Search and Maps with your business profile info. But don't forget, there are other ways that people may find you online, including your website. So now let's take a look at some of the updates that you may want to make on your web pages too. Before I go and talk about updates on your website, some of you out there may not have a website yet. So I thought it was worth mentioning the fact that you can create a free website using Google My Business, the tool that I just talked about. If that's your situation and you want to make a site in about a minute, all you'll need to do is go back to Google My Business. Again, that's at google.com/business. And then once you're signed in, you would look for the link labeled website in the navigation. What it will do is it will take all of the information that you put in when you created your profile, and it will use that to create a simple website that you can then customize. You can change the look and feel of the website. From the themes option, you can edit the text on your website by going in the tools there. And then when you're ready to send it live, you would click the publish button, and then your website would go live. You also have the option to use a free domain name, a website address that's provided by Google. And in this case, your website address would be the word or phrase of your choice. Let's just say I always use my bakery as an example, Stasia's Bakery. So it would be stasiasbakery.business.site. And that would be the address that you would share with people to find your free Google My Business website. You also have the option to then use your own custom domain name if you wish. So if you owned stasiasbakery.com, you could actually have that point to your Google My Business website as well. If you use a Google My Business website, I would also go in and review it and make updates in the text to let people know about any potential changes in your business operations right now. Many of you out there may already have your own existing website. Whatever website platform you use, Just go to your site and review your information to make sure that you're letting customers know what's happening with your business right now. It might be that the hours of operation need to be updated there too, or you have new special contact information, or you have announcements about temporary closures. Whatever it is that is changed about your business, let people know what's happening as soon as they get to your website. Once you've made all the updates of your critical information, there might be more things that you can add to keep your website fresh and up to date, even during times when your business operations may not be operating as usual. You could use your website to let people know about news and resources that might be helpful for them. Maybe you're offering online consultations or different options to get your products and services. So you can provide information on your website to give customers different options to continue to do business with you. Maybe you have new delivery options and you could explain how that works on your website. Whatever is new or whatever is changing about your business, make sure that you share those updates on your website to let people know what they can expect, and also to provide them reassurance that you will be back. Let's talk about the third place where you can update critical business information to let people know about what might be happening with your business right now, and that is Google Ads. Google Ads is the name of Google's advertising platform. You may remember it as being called Google AdWords. Well, it's now called Google Ads, and you can get to it at ads.google.com. The way Google Ads works is when someone is doing a search on Google or Google Maps or another Google property, and they're doing that search, an ad for a relevant product or service can appear with those search results. So if I was doing a search for a pair of shoes, I might see ads that appear for shoes. Now, if I was searching for shoes, I probably wouldn't see an ad for a toaster because that is not related to what I'm actually looking for. Google is going to do everything it can to make sure that the ads that are displayed are relevant to what people are looking for. From an advertiser perspective, it's really nice because you're only paying for results. You're not going to pay for someone to just see that ad about shoes that appears on the search results page. You're only going to pay if somebody actually takes a desired action. They click on the ad to get to the website and learn more, hopefully buy those shoes, or if there's a trackable phone number that's associated with that ad, if they actually call the number. So you're paying for results, not just for the privilege of advertising. If you have never tried Google Ads before, it is free to get started. There's no minimum commitment. There's no contract. There's no cancellation fee. You can edit it at any time, turn it on and turn it off. So if you are looking for new ways to find customers online, this is a really good option to explore. Let's talk about where your ads can actually appear. There are two primary networks for Google Ads. The first is called the Search Network, and that is made up of Google Search and other properties like that where ads can appear within or alongside those search results. The second area where your ads can appear is called the Display Network. And the Display Network is made up of millions of websites that allow Google Ads to be shown on their pages. And the way that works is that it's targeted by context. So example, maybe I'm reading an article about shoes, and in that case, an ad for a pair of shoes could then appear alongside that article. The Display Network also allows you to show other formats besides text ads. So here you can show image ads and video ads as well. In today's workshop, I'm not going to get you started creating ad campaigns within Google Ads. But if you are already an advertiser, I would encourage you to sign into your ads account and to carefully review all of your campaigns to make sure that they are accurate and up to date and reflect what's happening with your business and the environment right now. Sign into your ads account and then take a hard look at all of your ad campaigns. Look at the text in the ads. Look at the images that you present. Look at the videos that you may have. Look at the landing pages that you're sending them to. And then make sure that everything really fits with today's environment. Maybe your landing pages or your images have imagery of big crowds that you need to replace or you might want to replace. So think about that from the perspective of your audience. Also, use your ads to proactively communicate any changes in your business. Maybe that means that you let people know that you are offering delivery services now, or there is pickup service. Maybe you're letting people know that you're temporarily closed, but that you will be back open in a few days. Make sure that the message is helpful. So you're letting them know what to expect and letting them know how they might go about doing biz with you now or in the future. And also think about the context and the tone of every part of your ad campaigns, your headlines, your descriptions, your landing pages, and you really want to try to be sensitive to how certain words and imagery can make your audience feel right now. If you want to get more guidance about how to update your ads during COVID-19, there's a support page available at g.co/COVID-19/SMB-ads. For some advertisers, the most appropriate thing to do right now might be to pause some or all of your ad campaigns. You can go into your ad campaign by visiting ads.google.com, so sign into your account, and then navigate to the campaign or the part of the campaign that you need to pause. You're looking for a green dot, the status icon, that means that that piece of your account is enabled. It means that your ads are running. You'd simply click on that green dot and change the status to paused, and that will stop that piece of the ad campaign for running until you turn it back on again. And you can go in and modify your ads account 24/7. So here I am broadcasting from my home office, and I'll bet many of you are also watching this from your homes as well. And so video conferencing has become an increasingly important part of our work and our personal lives. So today I'm going to be talking about two products from Google that you can use. And the nice thing is you don't need any special software to use either tool. All you need is a device with a camera, a microphone, and an internet connection. I'm going to introduce two products from Google today. The first is called Google Meet, and Google Meet allows you to have free meetings using online video conferencing. I use Meet every single day to talk to my work colleagues and my family and my friends. Secondly, I'll introduce YouTube Live, which is an option that allows you to live stream your content to a wider audience on the internet via YouTube. Let's take a look. Google Meet is the name of Google's video conferencing product, and it is free for everyone. It allows you to connect with your colleagues and your friends and your family anywhere around the world. It has easy to use controls that allow you to feel like you're actually in the same room with the people that you're meeting with. You're actually all there together, as if you were sitting in person. I use Google Meet every single day to do my work, but I also use it for my personal things. Like my daughter just had a birthday a few weeks ago. So I use Google Meet to connect with my family in different parts of the world, in Oregon, in Florida, in Massachusetts, in New York, and here in Tennessee. And it was like we were all together singing happy birthday in the same room. Let's talk a little bit more about how Meet works and how you can use it. Incidentally, if you are familiar with a product called Google Hangouts, Google Meet is the new name for the new product. So what is Google Meet? Google Meet is Google's video call service, and you can access that at meet.google.com, and anybody can use it for free. There's also a business version of Google Meet, and that allows things like more participants on a call. Now, if you use G Suite, which is Google's Office Productivity Suite, Google Meet is already in there. It's already a part of it. So you can already use these tools. In fact, between now and September 30th, 2020, every G Suite customer is going to have access to all of the advanced features of Google Meet. For example, you can have a meeting that includes up to 250 participants. With the business version of Google Meet and within G Suite, you can record your meetings, and for everyone, all of your meetings and recordings are secure and encrypted. You can learn more about security with Google Meet by visiting g.co/meet/secure connections. Okay, there are two versions of Google Meet. We have the free version and the business version. Let's look at a comparison of their features. With the free version of Google Meet, you can have up to 100 participants in every meeting. With the business version of Google Meet, which can be the standalone Google Meet product or G Suite, Google's Office productivity tools, which includes Google Meet, you can have up to 250 people in every meeting. For the free version, a meeting can last up to 1 hour. And right now, through September 30th, 2020, that's been extended to 24 hours. So basically, your meeting could last all day. With the business version, you can have a meeting that lasts up to 300 hours, which should be plenty of time to get your work done. For both versions, you can join the meeting from a web browser or by using the mobile app. And with the business version, you can record your meetings and have an in-domain live stream. And again, the price is free. And within the business version of Meet, you have all of the advanced features, which will be free through September 30th, 2020. If you're just getting started using video conferencing for your business, there are lots of ways that you can use it. For example, my colleagues work all over the country and all over the world. So it's impossible for us to all get into the same room at the same time, so we use Google Meet instead. Now, if your workforce is now working from different locations or their homes, you can use Google Meet to basically pretend you're all in the same room together. It really does feel like you're having that personal connection when you can look people in the face and have those meetings. And it's not just for your own employees. You could also use it for your clients and your customers. You could have sales calls or consultations or weekly meetings. You could have meetings with your business partners. You could have meetings with your vendors. So there are all sorts of things that you might have been doing offline that you can now bring online with Google Meet. And last but not least, if your employees have time at home, you could use Google Meet as an opportunity to provide training and resources, maybe to show them new skills or teach them new software. And you can get everybody together using Google Meet as your platform. Like I said before, you can join a meeting using your phone or a computer. And you can see in this slide what it would look like if you were using either device. If the meeting had been scheduled in advance, you would probably have a link to click on to actually initiate and join the meeting. And this is what the screen would look like once you clicked on that link. You would just click on the button that's labeled Join Now, and then that would automatically enter you into the meeting. Like many of Google's products and services, there's more than one way to start a meeting with Google Meet. First, you could just go to the URL, and that is meet.google.com. And from there, you can create a new meeting or you can join an existing meeting. Secondly, you can access Google Meet through your calendar. So if you went to Google Calendar and you were creating events, you'd have the option to add a link to a Google Meet, which would then invite every other participant in that calendar invitation to join the meeting. And third, you can actually start a video conference with Google Meet right in Gmail. So if you're using Google Meet, let's take a look inside at what that experience would actually look like. In this screenshot, we see 9 people participating in this meeting, and they are all together, all looking at each other as if they're in the same room. Now, let's look at the controls. At the bottom, you see an icon with a microphone on it. That allows you to turn your microphone on or off. So if you're speaking to the group, you would have the microphone icon on like you see here. But if you clicked on it, you'd see a line through it which tells you that your microphone is on mute, which is a good idea when other people are talking so they don't hear a lot of background noise. In the center, you see a red phone receiver, and that allows you to hang up and leave the meeting if you wanted to. And to the right of that, you see an icon of a camera, and that allows you to turn your camera on and off. Right now, everybody's camera is on, and that's why you can see all of their faces in the meeting. But if you didn't want to show your face, you could click that icon, and then instead it would show your profile picture, your default icon that would show when your camera wasn't enabled. At the top corner, you see an icon that allows you to chat. And that's really useful if you're all talking about a document or a link or a URL that you want to share with the group. And you can actually click on that icon and then paste in whatever it is that you're talking about. And then the whole group that's on the meeting will get that chat. You can communicate that way. So that's what Google Meet looks like on the inside. Another cool thing that you can do with Google Meet is share your screen with the participants in your call. Here's how you do it. You would just click the Present Now button at the bottom of the screen. And from there, you could choose to share your entire screen, your window, or a tab. This is a really handy feature if you want to share a presentation or an agenda document or anything that you want the whole group to look at together and discuss during your meeting. Last but not least, if you use the business version of Google Meet or the version that's part of G Suite, you have the ability to record a meeting. When you record the meeting, the file is securely stored in Google Drive where you can then access it when the meeting is over. It's a really handy feature if you're having a meeting that some people can't attend, or if it's a training session that people may want to revisit or rewatch later. Okay, so that wraps up Google Meet, a video conferencing tool that allows you to connect with your colleagues, your members, your clients, your family, anyone that you want to have a meeting with. Now let's talk about the second tool from Google. This one allows you to broadcast to a much wider audience. It's called YouTube Live, and it's a part of YouTube. I will show you the step-by-step instructions on how to get started with that today, including creating a channel for your business and then the basics of live streaming. One thing to note is to do this, I'm going to be talking about directions that you would do from a desktop or a laptop. All right, let's get started. Okay, I am sure that most of you out there have heard of YouTube, but how many of you have heard of or even used YouTube Live? YouTube Live is a streaming service that's built into YouTube. It means that you can broadcast your message in real time to a wide audience. Today, I'm going to show you how to set up a live stream using your free business channel on YouTube. Then I'll give you some resources to learn more. If you've never live streamed before, you might be wondering, well, how can I use this to support my business? There are lots of ways, and it will depend on what your business does, but here's some ideas to get you started. Maybe you have events or meetings at your place of business, and you can't do that right now. But instead, you could use YouTube Live to host that virtual event and let everybody join in from afar. Or maybe you have a Q&A session with a product expert, and they can answer questions about your products, your services, your industry, something that people are interested, that your customers are interested in. And because it's real time, people who are watching the broadcast can then submit questions. They can call or email or tweet them in, and then you'll be able to answer them during that broadcast. You could also use it as a way to show an unboxing video. You could show them in real time how to assemble and use one of your products, and then they could actually see it live and in action. So get creative and think about different ways that you can use live stream technology to support your business. Okay, now that we know what YouTube Live is and you have some ideas for how you might use it for your business, let's talk about actually setting it up with YouTube. You'll need some basic equipment. You'll need a computer. You will need a camera and a microphone, and that could be built into your computer or external that you could attach, and you'll need internet access. Now, you'll actually go to youtube.com and sign in, and check to make sure that you're signed in with the account that you use for your business. You're going to be creating a channel for your business, which should be separate from your personal videos. Let me show you how to do that next. Okay, you've signed into youtube.com using your business account. The next thing that you're going to do is look at the top right corner of your screen for the round profile icon. If you click on that icon, it'll expose a drop-down menu. And from there, you want to click the link labeled Create a Channel. Okay, now it's time to start customizing your channel. The first thing that you can do is upload a profile photo. And that photo should represent your business. So when people see it, they know that it's yours. That could be your logo. That could be a picture of one of your products. It could be an icon that represents you. Then you can write a description for your business channel. So let people know what they can find when they visit your YouTube channel. Will it be information about the products and services? Will it be industry information? Then you can actually add a link to your website and links to your social media profiles. Now that you've created a channel for your business, it's time to actually add the details and customize the channel to really brand it as your own. Let's start by talking about channel art. Channel art shows up as a background or banner at the top of your YouTube page. You can use it to brand your channel's identity and give the page a unique look and feel. Be sure that your channel art looks good no matter what device, because it might look a little bit different depending if someone's viewing from a desktop or a mobile device. The next thing that you can do after channel art is actually add a structure to your channel. And the way you would do that is by adding sections. And when you add a section, it allows you to organize your video. So take a step back and think about how a potential customer might be visiting your YouTube channel and what they might want to do. As an example of how I'm using this right now, in all of my spare time at home, I am trying to become a better knitter. And as I go through my projects, I have different challenges, like how to fix up something that I've goofed up, or how to do a new stitch, or, I can never remember how to yarn over, so I always have to go back and watch that video again. When I finish a project, for the first time, I figured out how to actually block my knitting. And so I watched a whole bunch of videos about that and how to actually complete your projects. So think about who's visiting the channel, what it is they're trying to do, and then apply that to your sections as your organizational structure. Now, once you have that, you can add videos into that structure. And in order to do that, you would click on the camera icon that is at the top right corner of the screen. And that's where you can upload the videos and add them to the sections. Incidentally, this is also where you would start to go live for a live stream. All of the pieces of your channel can be edited, and in order to do that, you would just click on the gray pencil icon to make those changes. Okay, you've set up your YouTube channel for your business and you've customized it to have your brand's look and feel. Now the next thing that you need to do is enable live streaming. In order to do that, you would visit youtube.com/features. From there, you would look for a section labeled live streaming, and it will tell you if your account is eligible. And if it is, you will click the button that says enable. Then you will follow the prompts to complete the verification process. You will need to do this at least 24 hours in advance before you can live stream. Okay, we're just about there. We've created a channel for your business, we've customized it, and we've enabled live streaming. 24 hours later, you can come back to your account, and if you're ready to live stream, click on the camera icon at the top right-hand corner and select Go Live. Okay, now the last step is to actually put in some settings about the live stream. The first thing that you'll do is give your live stream a name, and that's how people will actually identify it when they find that live stream in YouTube's results. And you can actually choose whether or not that live stream is findable in YouTube's results. You have a choice between public, unlisted, or private. So if your live stream is public, it means people can search for and find and join that live stream. If it's unlisted, it means that it's not findable in YouTube search results, but if somebody has the link, they can then view the live stream, or you can choose to make it private. You can also schedule your live stream for later if you want to start at a specific time. Then you can put some audience settings in, whether or not the video is made for kids or whether you need to put an age restriction on it. You can write a description to let people know what the live stream is about. And then you can put in some categories about what the video is going to be about. You can put in some camera settings or your settings, whether or not you have a specific camera in your setup that you want to use or a microphone that you want to use, and whether or not you want to allow a chat to go along with your live stream. Then the next and final step is to actually smile for a thumbnail and then launch your video by clicking the Go Live button. Okay, so now we know the basics of creating a live stream with YouTube Live. Let's go over a few checklists to help you manage that process. First of all, before you try a live stream, make sure that you test your full setup. That includes everything, your microphone, your camera, anything that you're planning to do to make sure that it looks good and that it sounds good. Once you're comfortable that you are ready from a technology perspective to run that live stream, you want to actually think about, well, when is it going to happen? If it's a live stream that's going to happen in the future that you want to promote, perhaps you want to set it up and schedule it. Also remember that you need to enable live streaming in your account at least 24 hours in advance. Now, when you are creating that live stream, perhaps something that you've scheduled for the future, make sure that you write a clear description so people will know what to expect when they actually join the live stream. And that last step, when we were adding a thumbnail, it can either be a screenshot of you on camera, or you can actually upload a photo from your computer. If you do that, you want to choose a clear, high contrast thumbnail image that really kind of sells what that live stream is going to be about. If possible, try to announce the live stream in advance and gather questions from your audience or your potential audience. So that way you'll be able to talk about things or address questions that people might have and be prepared to address those during your live stream presentation. Okay, here's a checklist of things that you can do during the live stream. First of all, feature the event. You can actually feature the live stream as your channel trailer for unsubscribed users. Somebody who's subscribed will see it in the what to watch next area or in the live area. Now, another thing that you can do to help structure it and keep your live stream successful is to keep it really structured and on track. What I do is I have a set of note cards, or I have a piece of paper, or I have something to help me stick to that structure. And that would include opening remarks and closing remarks, and then sort of a schedule of what it is that I want to present. For example, I might say that after every section, I want to look for questions from people who might be watching and answer them. Or like today's live stream, maybe I designate the last 15 minutes of the presentation to be opened up for any questions from the audience. And as you are creating your live stream, make a note, because you can actually create highlight clips, which are shorter, edited versions of your live stream that you can show after it's over. Your live stream may be over, but people may want to watch it again. One thing that you can do is create an archives playlist on your channel, and that's where you can store all of your older live streams or the highlight clips that you created from those live streams. Then you can actually direct your audiences to go there and watch any of the events that they missed, or rewatch them if they want to see them again. Creator Academy will help you learn about YouTube and grow your channel with free online courses. The courses include different sections like how to get started with your channel foundations, and how to develop a content strategy, how to produce your videos, and how to optimize your channel, and more. You can get to Creator Academy by visiting creatoracademy.youtube.com. Okay, we're on the home stretch. Let's wrap up today's live stream by talking about some of your next steps and resources. First, update your critical business information across Google Search and Maps using Google My Business. Don't forget, with Google My Business, you can update things like your business description or your hours of operation. You can mark your business temporarily closed or add posts that let people know about changes in your business operations. If you're an advertiser with Google, sign into Google Ads and then carefully review your ad campaigns. You may need to modify some of your ads or even pause some of your campaigns for now. Take a look at your website. You may want to make some of the same changes there that you did in Google My Business or your Google Ads campaigns. If you are now working from different locations, try Google Meet to connect your workforce, your clients, your customers, or just have family meetings like I did for my daughter's birthday. And last but not least, if you want to try live streaming, visit youtube.com and set up YouTube Live. On behalf of the entire Grow with Google team, I would like to extend a sincere thank you to all of our partners. We couldn't do this work without you, and we really appreciate you. Before today's live stream, we actually reached out to our national partners and asked them if they could provide any tips or advice for small businesses during this time. And we collected them, and I have a few to share during today's live stream. If you are a partner and you submitted a tip and you don't see it right now, we put it in the virtual kit that we distributed to people along with this live stream. So let me share just a few of these tips. Our first tip is from the International Downtown Association, IDA. They recommend connect with your local place management organization, such as a business improvement district or downtown alliance. These organizations can help your small business access local, state, and federal resources and promote your services and goods to a wide audience. Our next tip is from Main Street America. They say, make sure that your hours and/or ways to support your business are clear across communications channels and shared with local Main Street organizations. And finally, from SCORE, mix up communication methods with your staff. Supplement email or instant message conversations with video chats and phone check-ins. Set a recurring time and method to host remote team meetings and perhaps virtual happy hours. For more helpful resources outside of Google, check out the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Coronavirus Resources website. There you'll find news and guidance for small businesses during these unprecedented times. You can get there by visiting uschamber.com/coronavirus. Here are some additional resources from Google that may be able to help you manage your business remotely. First of all, we have a website called the Grow with Google Remote Work Site. You can access the site by visiting grow.google/remote-work. You can also find information at the Google for Small Business site. The URL is g.co/smallbusiness. If you want to learn more while you're working from home, try our primer mini courses for small businesses. You can get there at g.co/primer/from-home. Today I talked a lot about YouTube and YouTube Live. Again, if you want to learn more about it, I recommend visiting the Creator Academy. The URL for that is creatoracademy.youtube.com. And there's also a guide for hosting virtual events. That's accessible at g.co/virtual events guide. If you have questions, you can visit Twitter, type in your question, and add the hashtag #SmallBizLivestream. Let's get started. I have with me two of my colleagues from Google, David from the Google Meet team and Kara from the Google My Business team. And they're going to be helping me from afar answer some of the questions that are coming in from today's listeners. Okay, so I'm going to check and see what we have coming in. Okay, so this was a question, and it is, why can't I see my COVID-19 post online? Okay, so this is a perfect question for Kara.
Hi everyone, my name is Kara Jancourts. I'm a community manager on Google My Business. Thanks for having me. The COVID-19 post is a special post type that we've rolled out for merchants to communicate directly with their customers about any special circumstances or updates that might be happening related to the current times. These post types currently appear on mobile. We're rolling them out to all devices, all surfaces, and desktop is coming next.
Thanks, Kara. Okay. So next, the question is, what's the difference between Hangouts and Meet? Well, that's a perfect question for David. So I will turn it over to you.
Hi, my name is David. I work on the meetings team at Google, and my job is to help our customers have better meetings using Google Meet. This comes up a lot, as a matter of fact, because Hangouts is a widely adopted and much loved consumer application. But really, Hangouts is optimized for consumer applications. Google Meet is optimized for business applications. So there's a lot of feature functionality that you need as a day-to-day business user that Hangouts just won't support. So for example, the ability to schedule meetings from Calendar, the ability to launch meetings from Gmail, the ability to have up to 250 participants, potentially the ability to do live streaming. So that's all feature functionality that you can only get in Google Meet. So the way I would think about this is Hangouts is a consumer product and for consumer use cases, and Google Meet is a business video conferencing product for business use cases.
All right, next question. It is, what is the difference between a brand account and a Google account on YouTube, a standard account on YouTube? Okay, so a brand account on YouTube is used for a business or organization, and it represents an entity, not an individual person. With a regular channel on YouTube, that is, I could have my own personal channel, I do, that has, pictures of my kids and my dogs doing cute things. But my brand channel would be for my business or for my organization. And I could share my brand channel with other people who could then come in and manage it with me. Are reviews working is the question. I'm assuming this is about Google My Business. So I will turn this over to Kara.
The review replies are currently available. Reviews are rolling out gradually by country and by business category.
Okay, next question. Looks like another Google My Business one. It says, in terms of limited functionality for Google My Business, what edits can be made, what goes into pending, and why? Okay, so Kara, could you take this one for us?
Yes, right now we're taking steps to protect the health and safety of our team and trying to reduce the need for people to come into our offices. So there may be some limitations or a delay in support, but this is all temporary. The vast majority of merchants should be able to make the necessary changes. But the most important things are whether the business is open or closed or temporarily closed, marking any special hours, and leveraging business attributes. This would include things like takeout, delivery, and curbside pickup.
Okay, the question is, when I schedule a meeting with Google Meet, do all the participants need a Google account to use it? So we will turn this one over to David.
Thanks, Stacia. That's another great question. So the important part here is that only the meeting organizer or the meeting host needs to be a Google Meet user. That organizer schedules the meeting or invites other participants in real time, and those other participants do not have to be Google Meet users. There's a caveat though, which is if the guest wants to join from a mobile app on iOS or Android, in order to activate that mobile app, the user needs a Google address. So that could be a G Suite address or it could be a Gmail address.
Thanks, David. Okay, our next question is, how much does a YouTube channel cost? It's free. A YouTube channel doesn't cost any money. You just need to create a YouTube account. And then once you go there, you'll see the option to create a channel. And you can make one for yourself, your personal channel, or you can make one as a brand channel for your business or your organization. You can get started at youtube.com. All right, let's look at the next question. This one is about Google Meet again, so it's going to be for you, David. And the question is, do I need to be a G Suite customer in order to use Meet? So I'll turn this over to you.
Until recently, you had to be a G Suite user in order to schedule and host Google Meet meetings. However, we recently announced that we will be enabling anyone to start hosting meetings with Google Meet. And through September 30th, this free edition of Google Meet will include all of the advanced feature functionality of the G Suite version. After September 30th, the free edition will be limited to a maximum of 100 participants, and recording will be limited to 1 hour. Live streaming for the free edition will also only be available through September 30th.
Okay, we got another one about Meet. This one says, what features come with Meet through September 30th? So we talked about advanced features through September 30th. David, could you talk about that for us?
Okay, I got that one. So that's in reference to an announcement we made a few weeks ago where we're extending all the Meet features to all editions in G Suite. And what that means is that businesses that are on G Suite Basic or G Suite Business SKU will be able to take advantage of the advanced Meet functionality that's reserved only for Enterprise SKU on those lower editions of G Suite.
Okay, let's take a couple more questions. This one is again about Google My Business, and it says, issues with verification, my postcard didn't arrive. So I'm going to turn this one over to Kara.
So right now we're prioritizing verifications for listings in the healthcare space. For listings that aren't related to healthcare, there could be a slight delay. We also have heard right now that some folks are having issues getting their postcard because there's limited postal service, or there's been some disruption to the local mail service. So we'd say if you can, when you go to verify, you might have the option to verify by email. So that could be a good option for you, given the current situation.
Okay, we have time for one more question, and this one's about YouTube, so I will take it. And they ask, my video upload is stuck in processing. Help! I'm sorry that's happening. That can be frustrating. It can take a while to upload a video file, especially if it's a really big file. So give it a few hours to actually upload. You may also be having issues if your internet connection is slow or if it's unstable. Another thing to think about is if the resolution of your video is really high, it can take a long time to actually upload. Here's what I do. I would give it about 8 hours. And if at that point your video file hasn't uploaded, I would delete the upload and then try it again. Thank you, David and Cara, for joining us and helping with the Q&A today. On behalf of the entire Grow with Google team, I want to thank everybody out there for tuning into today's live stream. We hope that you're staying healthy and productive, and we really appreciate that you joined us today. I hope that a lot of the content that we shared can help you better manage your business remotely during this time, and we sincerely hope to see you back at our next live stream. Thanks very much for listening.